Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am your host, Emily Brown. I am also here with Sir Pele over there.
Hey.
And Sir Leon.
Hello there.
And we are Paper Play Action. So, how you guys doing? How you guys been?
That.
He's dying. Okay.
No, it's fine, it's fine. This is my, every night my mucus kicks in and it just becomes a bit of a coughing fit for some goddamn reason.
Leon, you gotta do something about your squeaky chair, my guy. It's all up in the
I'm
mic.
sorry. Is it really popping up?
Yes.
Because I actually heard that too. And I was looking at this, I looked at Discord that, no, it's fucking you.
That's funny. That's real funny.
Is Chris on right now? Or like...
No, it's not.
that would do it.
Should I put Crisp on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Crisp is on now.
It's probably gonna be in your recording too. That's gonna be the funniest part.
Normally it's not. From my knowledge, it's normally not on there.
Go ahead and check. You can see it. We'll see. If
I
not,
don't
we're gonna sound like crazy people on the autocast, but it's fine.
I guess you guys can just hear it for some reason. I don't know why.
It's all good. It's a Discord thing. But we're
Discord has to walk you a
fine.
bit.
Yeah, nah. He has for some reason in this podcast for the first time, Leon has a squeaky ass chair. It's noisy as fuck.
You see, the thing is, my chair's making these sounds all the time. So
Yeah, so like clearly Crisp was like turned off or something. I don't know. I don't know why you turned it
the
off.
thing is, Crisp is normally off as well. So
Oh yeah, no, I don't believe that for a second. The shit probably
I'm
kicks
being
in when you
genuine.
don't. It's probably on automatically and you don't realize.
maybe, but
Because if it was off this whole time, we would hear the chair all the time. That I don't think you understand. You know, it's not like it's like a tiny little creak in the background. Nah, that shit is just like. And then we're like, okay, what the fuck? If it was ignorable, we would not be having a conversation about your chair. Clearly,
I do need to get a new one though. That's the plan. So
that's fair. Always something to invest in. Hey, everyone, you see that out there? If you wanna, possibly get Leon a new non-squeaky chair, you can hit us up at paperplayaction@gmail.com or go to our Patreon.
very
That
good.
over there would probably help him significantly. He needs it.
Less squeaks. Yes.
Also, I'm trying to figure out, did you like move the chair closer to the mic or something?
No, I'm sitting here normally, and I just have it like tilted back a bit. That's it.
It's gotta be louder than normal. like you
Because
forgot
right
to
now-
oil it or something, bro.
I'm like arm's length from my mic, so I'm not like directly against it or anything.
I'll say this then, possibly maybe need to lose some weight.
He is losing weight though.
Not enough apparently for the chair.
Oh, the chair might need to. Well, I was like, 'cause I know he's been doing his workouts and stuff. He's got his trainer.
Yeah, I've been doing that and everything. Technically, I'm trying to gain weight. I'm trying to gain muscle mass, so
I mean, that's different.
I am heavier.
Well, that's fair. You're trying to gain muscle mass. I thought you were trying to lose weight inherently first.
Oh, no, I am. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to lose some stomach fat and such. But muscle is heavier than fat.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fact. But you'll
Yeah.
lose the fat before you actually
Yes.
start gaining the muscle.
Mhm.
Well, in some cases, depending on
Yeah,
what you're working on. If you're working on like arms or something like that, and you just I've seen your arms. You don't have a lot of anything on your arms, so like it'll just start there. it'll just start.
I guess something now. Not enough. It's not like I'm fucking
Not
fat in
satisfied.
my arms or anything. But I'm gonna get more.
I gotta push more for more workouts so I can get bigger. I'm trying to get bigger. trying to do the exact same thing. That is the worst part about working out in general. Is that you're trying to actually the worst part is if you aren't the type of person that like locks in and loves the gym is fucking hard, dog.
Oh yeah.
And I like doing certain exercises. Like I feel good, but I never get the. There's some people that like they love going to the gym. Like that is enjoyable. Like there's people with discipline, right? Those people that have discipline are different from the people that love going to the gym. Because the people with discipline eventually they still don't like it. They're just doing it, right? They're doing it because they feel like they need to. It's for their health reasons, stuff like that, and they're just suited for keeping them going. People that love the gym, bro. That's how you get big.
Yes.
That's how you get.
Or steroids.
I mean, yeah, but like steroids tend to come more so when like you. That's people who are obsessed with the gains, unless you use steroids to get more gains, despite the fact that like because your body starts to slow down. Obviously, you start getting like diminishing returns over time because you just as much as you push it, you just kind of can't.
Your body gets to a cap. You can't go any further.
Yeah, and it's not even that you couldn't. It's just slow. It slows down significantly. So it's like okay, like your muscles aren't gonna get that much bigger, even if you put like more weight on, right? Like you're gonna keep trying, but it's not really going further. But like steroids, I mean, we treat it like it's a bad thing, but steroids do help people. Like they are there for a reason. Like if you're really skinny, you probably like I think if you're like malnourished in some instances, like as far as like your muscle growth goes, they would recommend you take steroids for a bit so that you can actually put on some type of muscle, because
good steroids, not the shit you get from a sketchy person on the side.
I don't think
And
you
not
I don't think you want to get
to
steroids from a
overuse it.
sketchy person on the side. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But you know what I
You get
mean.
it for a deal. You get it for a deal.
If I'm not mistaken, you inject steroids, right? Well, I guess not all of them. Yeah.
Not all of them, but
I wouldn't trust
100 thing
anything.
of
you have to inject like bro, like real talk. I'm not trusting any sketchy person with the trench coat. Nothing. I don't care. With something I have to inject into me. Nah.
Even if they say it still gives you Spider-Man powers and has the proof that it does.
Well, that's different. That's not
You get a
steroids.
50
It's giving me super.
You get a 50-50 chance.
50-50 chance. What's on the offset?
You die.
Oh, that sucks. It's lame. That's kind of too
Why
big.
death? Why can't it be just like,
Yeah, it's not really worth
I
the
don't know.
gamble.
food poisoning or some shit?
I mean, it's superpowers or death. A lot of people have done that.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's not really worth the gamble. I'll just live my life. I want the superpowers, but like, I'd rather not die if I didn't get them. I think that's fair. As much as I would be like, oh yeah, sure, let's try it out. It's like I would like the idea that it's like, oh yeah, it's 50-50. It's like kind of too close.
75%.
Like if we were saying 75% and like a 20% chance you're dying, I'm like, all right, maybe I just got bad luck, but hopefully I got this, right? Like that's definitely something I'd be like, can risk that,
I
right?
did. Like I got it.
I'm
My
willing.
determination will help me. I will go plus ultra on this.
Yeah, but like 50% is just like, man, that's really that's a high death rate right there. I could just walk away and not. The 25% is the 75% is definitely like, yo, look, I just have bad luck if I die, because for the most part, it's in my favor that I get superpowers. It's worth the shot. Speaking of superpowers, and speaking of Spider-Man and Marvel and stuff like that, I guess we'll mention the fact real quick, because I wanted to mention the fact that What If Season 3 is on its way. I have watched parts of Season 2, and Season 3 looks really cool. Spoilers for the trailer if you haven't watched it, but the big thing that I'm most excited for is we get X-Men, my guy. We're
Oh,
getting
cool.
Storm.
No, I
Let's
saw
go.
it. Like we're getting Storm Thor, something like that.
Yeah, Storm Mjolnir.
Storm.
That's
Storm.
fucking sick. It's one of those cool things that happen in the comics that we just don't get to talk about as much. Also,
That's
that
what-
being said, I find it really stupid, and me and Pele have talked about this off camera, I guess. But I find it really stupid that this is ending after 3 seasons.
Because technically,
This one
with how- what if-
specifically.
Yeah. What if as its existence is designed to be never ending? Because literally it's just what if possible scenarios on any possible scale. So like you could just easily keeping it going infinitely is a long time, especially with animation.
Yeah,
and all
no,
that
of
such,
course,
But like
you'd have
any
to get
story,
a-
you can
get
make
a-
it.
Yeah, at some
If
point.
anything else, like what they should have done instead of making this regularly, they should make this off regularly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, you have,
So,
like,
like-
a whole off-season. Like a month.
Yeah, whole off season, or like maybe you wait a year or two, then another season comes out. People have interesting ideas to come out of it. Like make this like a consensus project. People who want to work on it and animate it, then hey, there you go. Like it doesn't have to be continuous because there's besides the weird through line of some of the stories, especially near the end, it doesn't need to be an existing narrative throughout the entire thing.
It's an anthology series. It should probably be very anthology. Like,
What
they
if
don't have to
Thanos
be...
was Iron Man.
See, like,
What?
that would be an interesting idea. That'd be really weird.
That would-
So, like, so then the question becomes, okay, so
What
is it
if Combo Man
Thanos
of Marvel?
himself as Iron Man? Or is it that Iron Man basically becomes Thanos? Is that the deal?
Oh, more like
Those are
Thanos
two
makes his
different
own
stories,
version
too.
of Iron Man because he said that he compared himself to Tony in the MCU. So it would have been interesting. Instead of being the Mad Titan, he just becomes the Iron Titan.
That'd be interesting.
Mhm.
He attempts to save his world in using Tony's tech. That'd
Technology.
be fun. Yeah, no, that'd be kind of cool. See, like already we came up with an interesting one off rip, and you can write that. That's all it takes sometimes. I'm not
Disney
saying that they
steal
have
it, but I'm
bad
pretty
ideas.
sure you're not gonna fucking use it.
But like, it's just the idea that they're like, oh yeah, this is the final season of What If, and everybody's like, but why
Why?
though?
Because
The
they don't want to spend the
MCU
money
itself
on the animation.
isn't done, so why would this
Yeah.
be the final season?
They don't want to spend the money on the animation, or they're taking that animation money and talent to making the zombies, which I know you're not interested in at all.
Oh, dude, I'm so pissed that they're making Marvel Zombies specifically. Like, I thought it was cool as the one What If. I'm like, oh, cute, Marvel Zombies. But, like, bro, not only... I mean, I guess zombie fatigue is over now, because that was, like, a thing.
Dead Island 2.
Yeah, no, for a while it was definitely, like, a thing where it was just like, oh, dude, we're sick of zombies, right? It's in everything. We actually haven't had, like, zombies in, like, a minute. Like, a big wave of stuff for zombies.
Oh yeah, no, that's been dead for a good bit.
Yeah,
The closest
so I'm
thing
like,
I
I
think they
guess
say
it's
I've been played
fine.
zombies was probably Dark Tide, but I don't fully count that.
Yeah.
But Project Zomboid, technically.
But Marvel Zombies is depressing.
Yeah.
And me personally, I'm just kind of like, I just as fun as that original comic series was, and I guess it was fun.
They kept going.
I just don't really enjoy watching all of my favorite characters die. Crazy thought. I just don't want to see that.
Some people like the weird grittiness, like oh shock value, like
It's very big edgy, and I'm like, sometimes I'm just kind of like, I kind of like watching them live. I mean, like, I'll admit in the short that they did, well, not the short, the anthology episode that they did, where the Hulk goes out just fighting a bunch of zombies, and he fights like zombie Scarlet Witch. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucked. But he's
Yeah,
got that,
dude.
Loki. I'm like, yeah, no, that's cool, right? But it's like, if the Hulk gets turned into a zombie, that's a problem.
which was a problem because he is the reason Silver Surfer dies in the comics.
Yeah. But I'm like, same thing with Wolverine. That's gonna be rough.
Could the Hulk become a zombie?
Yes, because
It
the
is,
infection spreads. The infection spreads anything that is living.
Well, at the very least, in that series, yeah. Because, like, on
Uh,
average, the Hulk
yeah.
is, like, immune to, like, all diseases, poisons.
I know,
and
but
shit.
if you go for the comics, everything, virtually
Yeah.
everything.
So it's like, technically speaking, He shouldn't, but in that universe,
Because
he definitely did.
Yeah, because it's organic based, or at least on how the What If series introduced the Marvel Zombies. It was due to a microorganism that infected Janet, and Hank finds her.
Oh
but
yeah,
that's
from the
infected and spreads. Yeah,
from
Ant-Man
Pym
2.
Pardo, from Pym
Yeah,
Particles
Pym
and stuff like that when they shrunk down. Yeah, it's really
Yep.
interesting. And I was like, damn, that sucks. This is where we start. Also, pointing that out just because I feel like I need to. The idea of Ant-Man and the Wasp being zombies fucking sucks.
I mean, they couldn't introduce the original version of the zombies because the Sentry hasn't been introduced yet.
It's true, but like just keep that in mind. If those two become zombies,
Oh no,
you can
everyone's
get
fine.
you can get infected and not know you got infected. That shit's
Until
ass.
it's way too fucking late. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, did you get bit? No.
Yes. No.
Like you're just like
Are you
looking all
sure?
over your body. He's like, look,
Oh fuck.
I got bit nowhere. What the fuck? That shit would be so ass, bro. I'd be so fucking mad. Like, there's no way.
They bit my fucking molecules, damn
I
it.
did everything right. That's bullshit.
You know, it would be really messed up, especially since like if they have what was it called, the mutant that can multiply like crazy.
Oh yeah, no, that's rough. That's rough
Yeah.
off rip. You just lose after that point. If they get turned, it's
Really?
over.
Actually, I don't remember. Because Doctor Doom gets Ultimate Doctor Doom gets into the zombie universe to try to fight some quite a bit, but I don't know if he lived. I don't think he did.
You
Doctor
said when
Doom
he
was one of
gets
the-
in there, or just the one that exists there?
So there was a Halloween crossover episode comic that had the zombified Fantastic Four meets the Ultimate Fantastic Four. If I remember correctly, I think Doom comes in, destroys all of them, and then he walks into the zombie universe and takes on everybody.
Nah, it's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah.
It's Doctor Doom. That's just some shit that he just do. Plus, to be fair, in what's it called? In Secret Wars, 2018, they use those zombies to fight God King Doom. Black Panther specifically controls them and tells them to go fight them. They actually get the Marvel zombies and go like, fuck them up.
Was that zombified Black Panther or is it?
No,
regular
it's just normal Black Panther. Because he's like, I'm the king of the dead, so I might as well try to use it. And so he goes there and tries to attempt to...
Because the original
Jesus.
Black Panther in Marvel Zombies, he gets old, becomes king, gets attacked, betrayed, and becomes a zombie. And then
Yeah.
continues zombie. But everything gets this. Well, the original story of zombies, it was all a loop by the Watcher, who puts it everything into a loop again. But then they spread out and did other offshoots that had nothing to do with that. Like it became lost after a little bit. But
It's
I
just
think
the
it's
fact
because
that,
they're also
like,
trying to do their own
yeah,
anthology thing. Yeah.
The universe,
But,
well, because
anyway.
the idea is, like you said, the universe kind of like loops around in itself. So it's like, okay, they all got infected,
Well,
and
that's
then you
the-
run it
that was the
back to
original
see if the
run.
story can go again. Like a
Yeah, but
different
that was
way.
the original run. They changed that afterwards because they kept going after that pack. That part, those parts, I did not read.
It's one of those things where it's just kind of like, okay, that's depressing. Like giving a bunch of the zombies the power cosmic so they can go fuck up Galactus is like, okay, that's funny, but like,
I'll say this
Why?
though, DC, I find it a little bit more interesting when DC tried to do the DC's run because we got Damian Wayne Batman and John.
oh,
Kent
DC's was
Superman out of it.
far more interesting to me because like, I mean, technically, I guess that's what they're going to be going for with the series that's happening on Marvel. Is they're going to be focusing more on like the people who are trying to survive versus, yeah, no, the zombies just keep getting crazier. But like, yeah, nah. Deceased was more about the characters that are living than it was about the fact that it's like, oh look, we got Superman. He's a zombie now. Which once they got him, I'm like, how did we not just lose off rip? Like, how does that not
Oh,
just
yeah,
happen?
easily
But
because his son is still alive. That's why.
but it's also because of the fact that like, well, yeah, his son is still alive, and two, the way that virus works is that it's not like I bite you and it continues, right? It's like all based off of screens and like the anti-life equation. It's really interesting. It just throws everybody into a berserker rage kind of thing going on. It's cool. I like to see.
Yeah, 28 days later type of deal.
Yeah. I'm like, that's kind of cool, and it's the fact that it's based on screens. Like, it's like people just had to look at a screen, and that was all you needed. It was like, what's such a fucked way to get infected, and especially in like our time, is that like, yeah, no, if you had a screen on like anywhere near you, you're fucked. You looked at it and you were like, damn, they got me.
This is my life now. Okay, cool.
Shit. And then, like, I also thought about that with the speedsters too. That would be rough too. Any of the speedsters get hit with that, and it's like, oh man, it's over. Who would have
absolutely. I will bite you in the past, present, and future.
Hey,
That's
Danny,
good,
we're
Danny.
recording.
Man, just didn't know.
You're good.
He did not. What a fun little accidental invasion.
All right.
Yep. We would include him more, but he doesn't have recording software.
That is the main problem.
Yep.
We can keep him when we're doing stuff like
The stream and everything like that, but
Oh,
not
yeah.
during this. Yeah.
but not this one. That being said, can't wait for that. I guess I'll mention some other things that I've actually checked out because I might as well. So, obviously, Dan to Dan's been on the #1 list, but I decided to check out some other things, and one of the ones I checked out was a new manga that came out recently that I thought was kind of sick. I'm going to butcher this name because I'm pretty sure the first word in it is not a real word. It's called Magi Lumere, Magical Girl Inc. And it's kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie. So, off rip, right? This world gives me My Hero vibes, but like not in the exact same way. So the whole deal is that these monsters pop up. I'm trying to remember what the monsters are called, but like just think of any monster that you see in a magical girl thing, right? It's those things. They pop up around the city and, you know, cause problems because stuff happens. And the deal is that in this world, you can apply and become a magical girl. It is an occupation. You are much like in My Hero, like how heroes are. It is an occupation you can apply for and become. You get a fancy little suit that you can do. You get a transformation sequence. There's a bunch of competing businesses that are attempting that, like, or I should say, like magical agencies. So
Oof.
you're not like, it's unlike My Hero. You don't have to be like born a magical girl. A lot of it is like your equipment and stuff that you get, much like in most magical girl shows. None of the characters are actually like born with any other powers. They're just kind of, except for Sailor Moon's got a little bit of that going on, but like, usually they're given something and they're like, oh yeah, hey, here you go, hit your transformation sequence, get your new outfit, you know, get your broom, fly off, do cool shit.
You're the chosen one, quote unquote.
But the idea is that when we start off, we follow like a solo magical girl at a startup agency. They're trying to get more other people in there, but like they just have but one, and any calls that come through, they're like, all right, let's get it. And she's on a mission. She does like a cool blow up thing while riding 2 motorcycles. Like she's standing on the back of 2 motorcyclists that are like driving, and he's like, keep driving, I'm gonna blow this thing up. And you're like, you sure you got this? And like, yeah, I got this. Then she does like basically like a cool set piece thing where she blows up this thing while driving by, and it's like, cool guys don't look at explosions type deal. It's like, all right, cool. But upon doing that, they're like, okay, first off, her handler's like, you should probably not involve random civilians in your exorcisms like that, because that's not great for business. One, and it's like, it broke my broom, and it's like, fair, but that's still not great. And then they're like, second, it was like, you've been doing a lot, because it's like just you at our company, so we're gonna like try to hire someone else because we feel bad about putting all of the pressure on you because you're kind of the reason why we're sinking or swimming, and currently we're swimming, but you should probably get like a partner or somebody. So we cut to what I will say is technically our main character. Um, I would have thought it was the original magical girl chick, but it kind of seems to be kind of bouncing around to both. It's just the agency. The agency is our cast of characters for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But the girl we seem to be following, I don't remember her name right now because I've read 3 chapters, and I think this has a total of, I don't even think it has 20. I take it back. It has 31. It definitely has. It's been going for a little bit. It's new though, because it only has 30 chapters. But the deal is that her entire deal is that she puts in, I would say, a little bit too much work into trying to get hired. Like, she has like interviews stacked on top of interviews and stacked on top of interviews, and she's just not getting any of them. So she's applying for jobs. She comes in. She's like, she has information about the place. She's in an interview talking to some of the bosses, right? And they're like, hey, yeah, nah, like, it's all good. She's like, it's all good. She's applying for, like, I think it's like, she's trying to help, like, be a proper advisor on certain things. I believe it's supposed to be like based on like fun attendance and stuff like that. And one of the things she mentions is the fact that they're supposed to be having like an amusement park and everything like that. And they're like, you know, very attentive, really weird that you knew as much about the company as you do. It's fine, we're gonna go with someplace else. And then as they leave, it's like, I don't know what the deal with that chick was. It's like, we don't even have an amusement park ring. And then like one of the guys actually turns around and is like, actually, it got announced like yesterday. Like we didn't announce it. It was like in our meetings. And we decided we were actually gonna be like going forward with like opening up an amusement park on like another thing. It's like, why did I know about that? I was like, I mean, technically it's not. You probably would have got an email about it like today, but like it was like in a board meeting. And so they're like, damn, that chick really knew like a lot. I was like, yeah, she was ahead of the curve actually. She probably would have been really good, but we already like technically told her to leave. I was like, but the idea is that like she's attentive in that kind of way, where like she puts in that extra mile, actually more like extra like kilometer. That's how much more she's putting in, just to kind of get a job, and none of it's working for some reason. Mainly because of the fact that she just doesn't have like the charisma that you kind of need in interviews sometimes. Which is a little unfortunate for her, because I hate the fact that that's a thing. That one struck me a little hard, actually, too, because I was like, damn, that shit sucks, because I know that feeling. It was like, I obviously had to work on getting that charisma up, but sometimes it's just like the idea of like applying for jobs, and then they just don't. They just say, oh, like, especially when you get all the way to the interview process. If you get to the interview process and they're just like, cool, and it's like, sounds like a great time, we'll hit you up, and then they just don't, and you're like, I still needed that job, so like, you know, I would have preferred if you just said you wasn't, but you can just leave me hanging, I guess. But yeah, nah, that charisma is something you need, and she just doesn't have it. Upon going to another interview she was having, one of those, we'll call them yokai, I'm pretty sure they're not called yokai, because I haven't looked into it. Yeah, they burst out at one of the places. Basically, it's a cold one, and the idea is that like there's a interview room that the company is using, and they're like, oh yeah, the AC's on. For some reason, the AC's always on in this room. It's really cold, and as people are sitting there, they're shivering, and like you can see a little bit of frost on people and see people's breath, and they're like, I don't know, this is just cold. I don't know, this is just AC cold. And then one of those things pop up, and it's like, yeah, nah, I'm a nice one. It's what I'm doing. And so they call up someone quick. They're like, we need a magical girl, like now. And it's like, well, we need one like quick though. So we need one that does like emergency calls, not just, you know, I'll be here in like a week. Just don't worry about it type situation. No, it's not that. It's like, we're getting attacked right now. So obviously, they get the chick that we got from the very beginning. Because she's like, oh yeah, I'll do it right now. Like, I'll pull up. So she's like, oh yeah, it should be like a small one, right? Because it's like, it's the first emergence, shouldn't be a problem. Nah, that thing's like pretty big. It's actually a problem. And so the first thing she's like is like, bro, how long has this thing been here? And it's like, you know, didn't know. He was like, because it's like this room's been cold for like ever. It's like kind of the thing in the company, but like we didn't know it was like that. So she's like, okay, well, unfortunately, this thing is like a 2-person job. I was like, and I'm just me. I can't just let it be here, but like I definitely don't have the resources currently to do it. So obviously, they start talking and like, oh yeah, no, we're not good at doing that. We're like just, company. It's kind of weird for you to ask us to, because we're a part of a company and we're hiring you to do it. So it's really weird if we have to help you in exercising this thing. And then homegirl's just like, you know what, I'll do it. And they're like, wait, aren't you like a trainee? I was like, yeah, I don't work for you guys though, but I can just do it. Clearly, this needs to be handled. I'll just help. And upon doing so, she is navigating like some of the stuff that they have, because they have like tablets and stuff. It's kind of dealt with a little bit more futuristically. So like some of their tools are like the broom is quote unquote a magical broom, but like it clearly has like a thruster in it, right? And it's like doing stuff. They do get transformations, right? But it's almost like a Power Rangers-esque transformation where they get like the little transformation card and they go like, haha, and they get the suit, right? And it's treated like in a professional way. So like I think that both characters in this kind of get what I would consider to be a working lady's like magical transformation, which is like, I'm like, oh, that's cute. It's like it's kind of practical. It's still a skirt, but like, yeah. But it's like kind of clean. It's like one of those things where you're like, okay, I see the vibes. I see the vibes here. And for instance, one of the things is that she's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to reload my like spell, and she's like, how am I supposed to? So they have like this tablet, which is essentially like their scroll, but it's a tablet, like it's an actual tablet. And she's like, yo, you just operate this, keep me reloaded, switch out my output. Like she's doing her thing, and she's like switching out outputs and stuff like that, helping her out. And basically, homegirl's like, damn, we really dealt with that. That was good. In fact, you know what? You should pull up to the startup company we got. You should just come. You want a job? You seem to be looking for a job. You should just like be a magical girl, like today. And so like that's pretty much how that adventure gets started. Is that they're like, hey yo, like come through. She pulls up. She's like at the thing. She's meeting all the people. There's a bunch of weirdos. And by a bunch of weirdos, it's like a group of what, like 5 people total, and like 2 out of the 3. No, it's a group of 4 people actually. It's even less, because they have the handler. They obviously have the magical girl that's already there. They have the boss, who is a big fan of magical girls. One might say he is a magical girl otaku. Considering he is cosplaying as one. And then the last dude is like their designer and techie that like he's gonna fix their brooms, he's gonna fix their stuff, but he's also like super excited to be like, bet I get to make a new magical girl suit? Say less. I'm on that shit. I'm already done. I actually designed this up 2 seconds ago. It's for you. Get in. But it's fun. It's kind of cool. I was actually really liking it. I like the vibes for it. Like I said, I'm only 3 chapters in, so I'm not super far. Mm-hmm. But it's enough to make me go like, okay,
that's neat.
I see what this is.
Yeah.
I'll continue it. I recommend it. See what's up. I'm not about to re-recommend Don to Don. It's literally blowing up.
Yeah.
I was like, obviously, if you're not looking at Don to Don, go look at Don to Don. Because Don to Don. There is one I was trying to read. Damn, I think it might be over too. That's gonna be real unfortunate. Because I was gonna recommend Black Torch.
Black Torch.
Yeah, there's an anime called not an anime, a manga called Black Torch. And the description is ninja and animal lover. Jiro Azuma finds himself in the middle of a war with ninjas and demons, which I'm like, okay, that kind of sounds cool. And I was gonna start to read it, but based on how it's formatted in the Shonen app,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like it's done with 19
Oh,
chapters, which is unfortunate because I probably should have hopped on that a lot sooner if that's the case. Damn. Well, go check it out. Maybe they'll bring it back if enough people go look at it. Just because of the fact that, like, you know, it's there. It's a quick read. Maybe it's something you might be interested in. Let's see, what else was I checking out? Obviously, I'm gonna tell you to go read Kaiju number 8 because of course I am. Kaiju number 8 is fire. And I don't think I even have to recommend Chainsaw Man because Chainsaw Man. So as far as like manga goes, that's like it. I don't think I have to recommend Arcane season 2 either, but like I'm watching Arcane season 2. So that's been pretty good. I finished the first act. I have not gotten into the second act. Show so far has been masterpiece, immaculate. I'm happy to see Vi again. Vi is one of my favorite characters. Off rip, my boy Echo pulled up. I'm like, that's my guy. Can't wait to see more of you. I can't wait to play. I can't stand the name of the game that you're in, but it's cool.
2X KO.
I'm just gonna call it double KO. I just feel like that's a better way. It's just double KO. Though I think people are trying to workshop the name, what is it? TKO? Or Tech, 2KO? Something like that. Some people are trying to workshop a name with that one. It's just like, I'm just looking at it and be like, bro, I don't know why y'all couldn't just pick like a regular ass name. The name of the thing it comes from is called League of Legends, bro. Like, you could have came up with something.
League of Fighters.
Versus Legends. Something. Just
Anything else but that.
League Versus or something. Like, you fuck it. You could have called it Arcane for all I care. Like, you could have called it Arcane Versus. It's not gonna. It's obviously gonna have more than just the characters in Arcane. It already has more than just the characters in Arcane. But like, anything but that. That's just. It don't even synergize right. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just a bad name. And they really committed to it too. I'm like, please just change it.
They double down.
They really did. They really did. That, hey, Pele, check it. That would have been a better name.
Double down.
Double down. It's a 2v2 fighter. Double down. It's already better. It's got the alliteration thing like League of Legends too. It's crazy. Would have put a better name.
Tragic.
That's truly. We came up with that in 2 seconds, and they had years. But yeah, nah. Arcane season 2 is awesome. I like where they're taking Jinx currently, and I find the route that they're pushing Caitlyn in to be quite fascinating. I'll check it out. I'll check out the rest out when I get the chance, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think only Act 2 is out, and then Act 3 still has
Next
to come out.
week is Act 3.
Yeah, so I'll see. I'll catch up.
Well,
when I
this
get-
week, this Thursday. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try to catch up by it's actually tomorrow night because I have nothing planned for Tuesday outside of D&D.
Well, there we go.
Mm.
Oh, and car insurance because fuck car insurance, man.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Oh, I do have a show to recommend though. Invincible Fight Girl is out, and the first couple
Me, Devon,
episodes
and
are
Jones
pretty
watched the
sick.
first 3 episodes. It's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, no, it's sick. Considering I actually started Devon on the first 3 episodes, yeah. Can't Can't wait. Can't actually recommend that one enough. If you like wrestling and Dragon Ball Z, I'd say it's a pretty good pick for you.
Wrestling and Dragon Ball Z, really?
Yes. Hey, look. So you want to know what the basic concept is? Because it's very much
Sure.
heavily anime inspired.
It is,
So remember
I've noticed.
Ultimate Muscle?
Yes.
It's like that. The whole world's wrestling. It's that. Except she comes from the one place that's not wrestling based. Which is-
Accountants.
Yep. She's an accountant. She
From
comes from an
Accountant
accountant
Isle.
family. On accountant
From the
Isle.
island of accountants. Which is also kind of hilarious because in real life there are accountant wrestlers.
Mhm.
That's
And so she's-
interesting.
And so she's like, bump it, bro. I gotta do what I gotta do. And so she's like, I got the wrestler in me. I'm not an accountant. I don't care if I come from a line of accountants. I am not an accountant. And so she's like, I gotta do it. So she obviously, actually, she's got a little bit of My Hero in there too. She has the moment of obviously asking like some wrestlers, can anyone be a wrestler? And they laugh in her face. And so she's like, They basically
Your cause
do
of
the
destruction,
no.
I need to save my home.
So the hard no. And she's like, okay. And then she does hear from what will be her mentor. Is that, nah, man, you don't ask permission to be a wrestler. You either are or you aren't. What is it? Do what you gotta do. And she's like, I say less. I'm gonna be a
Because
wrestler.
I know a little bit of Spanish, I should have seen that one coming in instant. Especially
Mhm.
with the name, because poblana means pepper. Like, oh, I should have seen that one coming.
Mm-hmm. And just like that, our little scrawny girl is now in the ring and attempting to take on, I will say, massive threats because all of these guys actually put in the work and are wrestlers.
She's fighting Mr. Krabs next.
Let's go.
That's funny. Okay.
But yeah, nah. But the action is set up a lot like Dragon Ball Z. There's straight up sounds, straight up
sounds
Dragon
from-
Ball sounds in there.
Oh, they
Those
just
sounds, yeah, a
took
lot of like,
okay.
They're like Google copy paste the sound into
like
the thing.
the instant transmission sound effect, phew, and the phew,
Some
like,
of the punches
a lot
are
of
just
the
straight up
high-pitched
the
noise.
yeah, no, they're just there. So it's like I think the first fight scene is going like, hey, look, this is what we're inspired by. Look, done, understood. That's what we're doing, and I'm like, all right, cool. Genuinely, if you watch the first episode, it'll show you just enough. Like the first 5 minutes, you'll be like, I understand all the references being made here, and you're either gonna be in
this
or you're not.
reference, I said this reference, I said this reference, yeah.
It's
Alright.
like a thesis statement right off rip.
Where can this show be watched?
Okay, so
HBO
interesting
Max.
enough, HBO Max is where it can be watched. Also, the episodes are coming out on YouTube. Adult Swim is also where it's premiering too, so that's the thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's
So if you
owned
go
by
to
Warner
Adult
Brothers, so
Swim's, if you go to Adult Swim's channel on YouTube, you can watch the episodes there. And if you're watching Adult Swim in general, they'll pop up when they premiere. I don't know the exact time or days that they premiere though. I haven't
I
locked
think it's
down.
a weekly thing. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it's weekly, but I haven't locked down when it comes out.
The first episode is released on the same day. Then it's it's a weekly thing afterwards. So, then the fourth episode dropped today.
Okay. Bet. There you go. Drop Sundays.
All right.
Any new Sunday
Invincible
episode
Fight
because I
Girl.
just finished the big one. So
Yeah, for sure. Invincible Fight Girl. That's gonna be fun. I remember seeing it initially and being very excited. So I'm happy that it's great. I'm actually really happy that it's good. I guess I'll do the other recommendation of a game that popped up, which is I actually played the demo for this. I forgot about this. Axe of Blood. The demo is available. It is the Batman Arkham / Sleeping Dogs combat. That is the deal. It is doing that, but like it is heavily inspired by the Raid and what was the other one? It says Raid and Sifu are the two things that inspired it, and I'm like, yeah, I feel it. Like I said, the demo exists. This is an early demo, though, so I would recommend.
It's rough around
Yeah.
the edges.
It's a little rough around the edges. You can feel it. You can feel what they're going for, though. So, like, once you start playing, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm looking forward to the finished product whenever they get there. But they know what they're doing. So, I highly recommend checking that out. That's on PC. You can just play it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's on Steam. Yeah, the demo's on Steam. And that'll do it for me. We'll hop over to somebody else. Leon,
Yes.
you do it.
Okay. So for me, it's nothing really been much really. I will go on my little rant because something new has popped up on there.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 14. They have just added in these .1 patch, so there's more story. Alliance raid's been added inside there too, so that's been fun. The alliance raid for this expansion is story elements from Final Fantasy 11, apparently. So a lot of people are hyped for that and are super excited to play the raid and such. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Got my ass hit a couple times, but I enjoyed it. And story right now for Final Fantasy is going in a weird way, but I'm still down for it. See how it goes. They kind of dropped the ball from the main story, but we'll see how they kind of fix it or if they can patch it. And they also introduced a new boss, which is an extreme trial of the final boss of Dawn Trail. And haven't tackled that one yet. Planning to, because the mounts for this expansion are also very much in demand because they're just wings. So
Of course.
I want wings, yes.
Edgy bitch. Edgy bitch.
Yes. It's literally just wings. How can you not want that? You're not having like a mount or anything. It's just wings on your back and you're flying around.
I don't need it, bro. I don't want it. I don't even like wings like that. I just don't. People were like, my favorite X-Men is Angel, and I'm like, why?
I mean, would it not be nice just to all of a sudden have wings on your back for like some
No.
I'd rather have the Dracula aspect where my wings can just turn to a cape around me.
Yeah, no,
That
that'd be
night.
cool as fuck.
That would be cool as fuck too.
But, like, no, I don't just want wings. Wings are... I'm not gonna lie, wings are kind of a shitty power. Like, the coolest set of wings I've ever seen, and Archangel has one of the coolest set of wings I've ever seen. But, like, genuinely Hawks is the coolest pair of wings I've ever seen, because that has, like, more utility than any wing I've ever... Like, any wings I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, having wings is ass, bro.
If you can't really fold them into an appropriate manner, or they get in the way, or if they get become detrimental, then yeah, they're a pain. So like, unless they're able to disappear or completely fold into your back or cape around you that covers your person, they're a bit detrimental.
Yeah,
Not to
they
mention the
are.
fact that if you
Imagine-
want to go fit.
Every article of clothing you own has to have a hole so that your wings could actually fit in.
And good luck actually
Would
fitting
be
it through.
painless.
That's
Yeah,
that's
because-
even worse.
Yeah.
Oh, they had that tailored and everything. God damn.
Imagine having a
Oh,
three-piece
also, if
suit.
you have wings like traditional, like, rather bird wings, that's another part you need to fucking groom, and good fucking luck with that.
Yeah.
That's true. If you have bird wings, you have to pluck your feathers. That shit's ass.
That would be
And I wouldn't
terrible.
even know. It just sounds like you have to do it. Bro, grooming.
Yep, and also
Bird
if you go to the more
wings
physics
suck,
aspect, because
bro.
there were studies about this. Like, if humans are actually able to have full-on wings that actually could on the fly, they would be longer than 3 school buses.
3
Jesus
school buses
Christ.
is crazy. That doesn't even sound
Yeah.
appropriate.
The weight weight
No.
distribution, because you have to consider birds are incredibly light. That's why they can fly.
That's true. We're a
Humans
little
are
too
not.
dense. We're a little
Yeah.
too dense.
Yeah, we're too dense. They have hollow bones and incredibly air bladders, and it allows them to go through the air a lot easier. That's why the wings are able to
That's
support their
so
bodies.
big.
If we kept our weight, we have to have really long and big ass wings to even get off the ground.
Damn, that fucking sucks.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to biology.
Yay, biology. I like anime more. Anime comic idea more.
I mean, yeah, like even the X-Men don't have like that. Like it's just Angel just has normal ass. I mean, he's not really normal wings. They're big ass wings, but they're not that big.
That's why I like. It makes more sense he has the metallic wings because like, oh,
They're
okay, then you're just
proportionately
really
sized wings for a human.
yeah.
And,
Oh, no, if you-
Archangel
Proportionally
wings
for
would be better
humans
like
would be impossible.
Like, it's just wow.
I'd rather just fly without the wings, honestly.
Yeah, no, I
I
prefer that.
understand that.
Superman and Invincible Flight is literally the best.
It
Done.
is. It is. I do agree. Flying like that, or teleportation. That's another fun one. But
Yeah, some people really want to fly, and I don't think that that's a bad power. But like, I don't know, man. I personally want like so many other powers before flight. I'm not gonna lie. It's just-
I'm perfectly content with super speed.
Super speed would be one of the better ones.
yes, that would be one of the better ones.
Super strength would also be really cool because you can train that to be super speed too. I like that.
To an extent, but not like how super speed would be. Because I imagine super speed, run on the dashing.
Well, no, for me, I want like the full comparison of full comprehension of super speed, like the full suite, including able to perceive in super speed, which is gonna be, that's insane. But like for me,
Yeah,
I think
that's
I'd
pretty
probably find some peace out of it.
But that aside, that's all that. I've also been playing a lot of Risk of Rain 2 recently. That's
Yes, you
been
have.
interesting. Amani and the boys, I recently wasn't really playing it that much, but ever since, I think I just purchased it on a whim, just because they kept saying, buy it, damn it.
So
Kill you
actually
if you
have,
don't
like,
buy it.
official capacity.
Yes. So I got it, and it's been fun.
You didn't really need to have to buy it, by the way, because
I
didn't play
needed
as
to
much.
buy it because everyone at the time was playing it. That's why. So
Okay.
it wasn't possible for that moment. But now I do have it. So if we want to, have 6 people, 10 people playing all at once, we can. I mean, neat.
It's true.
Chaotic as I don't know what, but neat. And been doing that, enjoying it, unlocking a lot of stuff. Although I did have a moment where my files were corrupted, so I had to redo everything. So that was a fun moment. That was a fun thing too. But aside from that, reading wise, I have I think 1 or 2 things. Let me double check my list. Where the fuck you go? There you are. I have one thing. This one is called Bugle Call. The Bugle Call.
Okay.
And this one's interesting because in the description, this is a medieval warfare action manga about a boy who wants to become a musician but is used as a soldier's navigator thanks to his special ability to make sound visible to the human eye.
Ooh.
So I've read 3 chapters as well, and it is about Ryuka. Let me double check. Ryuka, and as the description is, he is just a boy who wants to be he enjoys music. He wants to be a musician, and he has the ability to make sound visible to human eye. But this is a little fun detail about him is that he has these weird wood-looking antlers on him as well, and so
This reminds me of that one anime of the deer chick.
it does. But it not like that at all. Cause
Not
this
as
is like a
crazy
dark
though.
fantasy.
Not
This
literally
is
on
the
an
dark
acid
fantasy
trip.
on this one. So a lot of grim, dark, possible murder going on there, and check it out, because good lord, it's kind of wonky because there's a guy and like an enemy or an advisor that he comes into that's just a fucking flute guy. His head is like the pipe of a flute, I think it is. Where the I forget the name of it. Is it the reed? I think it is. Where the air comes out and plays the sound, I believe. I think it's just that.
Flute? Or
Yeah, a flute. Yeah, it's just a guy with a flute.
okay.
The head itself is just a flute. But
It's
the
not
power
even- what-
system really
Is it a
intrigues me.
specific flute though? Like, is it like a piccolo?
I think it's a pick. I'm not totally sure. I just saw the fucking head. I'm like, what the hell is this?
All right, his head is a woodwind instrument. Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
it
that's
is.
right off rip. It's-
Like if I think I just found it. Like he's just on a horse, minding his own damn business, and he's just there. And this person does give advice to our boy, where he learns more about his abilities and everything. But the fact that the vibe that I'm getting off of this is that music is going to be a weapon in this manga piqued my interest immediately.
That's fair. I like that.
It's
That's
not
always
often
kinda
that you just get to see music in general used like this. It's only just
fun. Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's kind of one of the cooler aspects.
All right, let me see. Why the fuck aren't you working? There you go. Okay. Phone's acting slow right now. Jesus Christ. I'm not trying to join via my phone.
Don't worry about it, bro. Just continue talking about what you got, unless we're past it to Pele.
No, I think that's pretty much. Oh no. There was one more thing. A little fun thing that I found out recently.
Mhm.
You know our favorite manga / anime, Mamani.
That
Fairy
looks like a
tale.
whistle. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like
It
a
could be an
dog
organ
whistle.
stack.
Mm.
It could be an organ stack.
That's true.
Probably. But this is the guy. But
But you
Fairy
mentioned
tale.
fairy tale.
yes, one of the YouTubes I follow, his name is Chiba Reviews, and he came up with information finding out why Fairy Tale was made. And why is it like this and everything? Power of friendship, so on and so forth.
I'm really assuming it's because Rave Master was so dark, and that, well, it wasn't so dark, but it was dark, and that he just didn't want to do that again.
No.
Don't-
Not Horikoshi. That's his fucking name.
Hiromashi.
The
no?
mangaka. He wanted friends.
He just
he
wanted.
wanted
He was just lonely.
He was just lonely. He just wanted friends.
I don't want to write
Put-
about friends dying. I just want some friends.
puts some perspective upon why all this happened. I'm not going to say that it's an excuse. It's not an excuse.
Nah, you wrote a
it's a
shitty
good
story. You should have less friends now.
It's not an excuse, but it's more like more light to the situation on that one. Well, that's
Look,
it
man.
for me. I don't really have anything else to talk about.
I'll admit something though that was actually really interesting. So I found out that there's like several people that like experience media differently, like obviously, but there was two ways that were brought up that I was like, oh, that's a really interesting way of like thinking about it because I never thought about that. There's some people that go to media for like an experience, right? And I feel like most people that probably like fairy tale probably like the experience of fairy tale, right? That's usually the person that likes the chapter to chapter. Ooh, this is fun, you know. I really enjoy what's happening right now, and usually they fall off when stuff is like really slow, and you're like, okay, well, can't really get behind what's happening right now. There's nothing going on unless it's like, you know, compelling in that kind of way. I realize I am partially that kind, only partially, because the next one is the one that fits me the most. Which is, then there's the person that, like, experiences it as a whole. And that's how you get the person that like follows something to the end and then makes a judgment or then goes like, all right, I understand, because they're always looking for like the long, they're playing the long game when they experience something. They're like,
read it.
mm, they're just like,
I'm most definitely a mixture between the two.
it's like it's
There are
not,
moments-
yeah, like it's not done. It's not truly a thing until it's done. We'll see how it plays out. Fairy Tail is one of those things where I was just like, we're building up to some stuff, and I'm just trying to see where we go with those. I'm just trying to see where we go with the. It didn't pay off at all. I just feel like my time was wasted.
I mean, that's the general consensus for a lot of people because Unreal, like for example, for this was a comparison from less non-manga related stuff. Like, for instance, because Amon, you were interested in watching Game of Thrones until you heard how terrible the final season was.
Yeah, I started. I was definitely thinking about it, and then it just did not go well, and everybody was like, "It's so."
Well, that's the thing.
bad.
The linchpin. A lot of things when it comes to the ending is a very hard thing to do in any story. So that's either makes or breaks the landing of it, and if you falter, people are going to remember the falter more so than anything else.
I think the biggest problem with it too is the fact that like it's built on the idea that you're gonna be following certain characters, and some of those characters are not gonna make it. And I'm like, bro, why am I gonna get attached to niggas if they either not gonna make it or it's not gonna be worth it?
I mean, we got that promise originally for Jujutsu Kaisen, and look what happened then.
That's true. Jujutsu Kaisen honestly didn't even. I'm gonna be honest. Jujutsu Kaisen did not disappoint me because it didn't follow through with stuff. It disappointed me because the last chapter is just really like the last two chapters are just really weird. Cause like
I mean, also, what's disappointing because you mentioned this in the last one of the last podcast episodes that they build up things that are never going to get resolved because there's no sequel to this.
well yeah, the last two chapters introduce stuff that you're like, are we gonna talk about that? That seems
Nope.
important. Nah.
Nope.
Nope.
Nada.
Like I said, like had it not done that, it would have been a little mundane, but like everything would have wrapped up. Like there's, the threat of Sukuna still technically exists, but not really. It's not inside of Yuji, right? And it's like, so obviously problem solved with the fact that like Yuji doesn't have to die anymore, and things like that. Like stuff wraps up in a way where you're like, all right, and the fight continues, right? Like it's kind of the feeling. But for some reason, they was just like, oh yeah, all this other shit is happening, and all this political stuff is going on, and all these alliances and things are happening in the background. Things are being changed. Characters are thinking about doing certain things. There's that guy over there that's kind of powerful and might be a problem. And we talk about Kenjaku's will being passed on, and it's like, alrighty
So
then.
there's more stuff. Awesome.
You're like, yeah, all right, there has to be more. And they're like, there is not. And I'm like, so why the fuck did you mention it?
He's hoping that someone else will take over. Like, hopefully, someone has more concise world building.
Which is weird. I don't even think that he doesn't have concise world building. His world
No,
building
no,
is
someone who's more interested in doing it because I think
no,
he
this is
lost
true.
interest.
that's my guess, because it's just like, why did you introduce all these things to just not do anything with them? Especially towards the last bit. I don't get it.
Well, I think, like I said before, I think he's just leaving some open-ended answers for someone else to explore, but he's not interested in doing that himself. So
The same thing could be said about My Hero, though, because that's one of the biggest things that one of Aaron's biggest gripes is the fact that like he feels like My Hero is it ends in a way where it's like, oh, this sucks. There's no sequel series or anything like that. And like,
Vigilante.
I mean, yeah, but that's not a sequel series; it's a prequel. Vigilante ended before the original series ended, so. But the idea was that, and if you haven't read Vigilantes, I would highly recommend it because Vigilantes is really good. But the idea being that like, for this to be the last piece of that world, he kind of feels like it's a waste. He doesn't even think that the ending is like bad or good or anything like that, right? He's just like, it's just a waste of that universe because it's like there's just so much that can be told. I think every single person that ever read My Hero was like, can't wait for the sequel series or like the second Shippuden half, right, where they get to be adults or at the very least, just get to graduate and be pro heroes.
Nope.
And we're just not getting something like that. And it's like,
yeah, no, not even a relationship realization either. Like
we might get that though. That's a
We
possibility.
We might. It could be
I don't know if we
possible,
talked about it on here, but like the last volume is apparently getting like 60 extra pages, specifically when it comes out, which is wild to me because I'm like, I think a lot of people that heard about this, some people obviously they get like little art pieces and stuff like that go in there, but 60 is like two to 3 chapters. 60's a lot of pages. And so obviously, even though we don't know what's in those pages, a lot of people are speculating that we're probably going to get more resolution to the actual ending of the series, because from what we understand, Horikoshi might have been a little afraid, based on the fan base, to do any initial confirmations, because, well, let's be honest, My Hero fans are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoy it, and I've been there since A1 day one, I've watched what to me should have been like a pretty much like, oh yeah, superheroes, bet, like comic book superheroes in anime, cool kind of fan base, to some of you guys are weird. Some of you guys are real weird. And some of you guys, well, some of you guys are dead. That's a messed up thing to say, but some of you guys are dead because you killed yourself when Bakugo died. And
right, that was a thing.
That was a thing. And I'm like, but like that kind of like reiterates kind of what I'm saying with the idea of like,
Not gonna lie, I was kind of like, fucking finally, Jesus Christ.
What, when Bakugo died or when those people jumped up?
No, when Bakugo died, I'm like, awesome, he had a good run. I'm kind of, this is a good way to let him be. And then they said, all right, I'm gonna restart his heart. I'm like, God, fucking damn it, okay.
That part's fine, but I was just like, I found it really weird. If we're talking about My Hero for a second, I find it really cool that they gave him. More so, I find it weird than anything else that we gave him this moment in which he is able to like basically unlock his own version of like full cowling, and like he never gets to use it with Deku. And that part just throws me off. I'm like, you know, if you kill him now, he can never like use this as a team tag. Like it feels really weird. It's just
For this to happen now, yeah, I know.
yeah. I'm like, this is really cool. And it's like, and at the very least, I thought he would have, like, when he started doing it, and he made, like, All For One kind of afraid, I was like, alright, I kind of want to see him throw the smoke now. Like, I actually kind of want to root for Bakugo right now, because it was kind of clean. And then they kill him, and I was like, damn,
That's
like
not
this?
permanent. It wasn't permanent, though. That's the whole point.
I mean, yeah, obviously, and that is the point. But it's and that's also kind of partially why I look at those people specifically and go like, y'all couldn't wait till the story like continued. Like I think the next chapter they started working on his heart instantly. Like
Yeah,
it
they
was,
did.
it was
Literally instant.
they didn't like. Granted, in real time, it took like a year before he actually got back up and was doing anything. But like, they started working on his heart like the next chapter. Y'all couldn't wait a week, like, just to see what might happen. Like, jeez. That being said, mental health is a serious issue, and even though we're making the jokes about it, if you have suicidal tendencies or anything like that, or if you directly connect your, like, health, your physical health to, like, the state of a character in a thing, please seek help. Please.
Wait.
I don't have the hotline up for me to say the number, but there are suicide hotlines. Please call them. That's not a joke. Don't laugh at that.
No,
That is an actual...
I'm laughing because of something else. I'm laughing because of something else. Sorry, my apologies. It was a bad time to laugh right
Yes,
there.
bad time
Bad
laugh.
time.
But nah, for real though. But
So it's simplified. The suicide hotline is just now 988.
it's not
At least in America.
Okay.
At least in America.
988. All right, call that number.
At least in America. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but
But please seek help.
So I just realized
Alright.
there was another thing I want to talk about if you allow me to, unless it's
Of
getting
course.
close to time.
Go for it. We're good.
Okay,
Kinda like
so
can do
this
too.
manga is called Centurion.
That sounds.
and-
I like that.
This is another dark fantasy, and it's about a boy named fuck's his name again. Jesus Christ, I had it. But this boy, he stows away on a ship, a slave ship. There's 100 slaves in the crew and everything, and he goes on an adventure essentially. And although he gets found out, and they want to put him to work and everything, he does what he needs to, until something happens. I won't say what, but let's just say that dark fantasy stuff hits hard.
Okay, so we got a little bit of berserk going on.
Yes.
Okay. That's all you wanna know.
Yes. This is some fucked up shit that happens.
Are we talking Berserk fucked up, Devilman fucked up, or like Goblin Slayer fucked up? Because these are like different levels of fucked up.
It's up there. Like, I don't know the exact way of thinking it, but the best
Devilman's not even really like a middle ground. Devilman's still pretty high.
No, Devilman's still pretty high.
But Goblin Slayer is like, it's fucked up. It's not
Goblin
nearly
Slayer
as
is fucked
as-
up, but it's more shocking.
Yeah,
than
but it's
fucked
not
up.
nearly as fucked up as like,
But
Devilman.
I can say
Devilman and Berserk hit like really hard, but Berserk is like
it's
rough.
below Devilman, if anything.
Okay.
Is it Blood Sea fucked up?
Blood Sea. Well, he said below Devilman, so I don't know.
And I wouldn't. Blood Sea is more just gore for gore almost, because this is like a shit ton of blood and those rabbits. Fucking Christ, those rabbits.
Oh no, that one that when I first saw it, that made my skin crawl, and that's hard to make. my
Those
skin
rabbits
crawl.
are fucking creative in that one.
The funny thing is, like, there was a recent movie that came. Well, it's not recent any longer, but a movie that came out that was very similar to that feeling that evoked me in the film. Ironically enough, was a shit 2019 Hellboy movie.
Damn. Is it ReZero fucked up?
No, I wouldn't say at that level of fucked up. The best way to put it
Higher
is
or
that
lower?
I'd say lower, because
Or
the best way to put it is that our
Is Parasite
MC
fucked up?
One more time,
Parasite?
higher than that.
I don't
higher
know.
than Parasite? Okay.
Because the best way to put it is that our MC gets this shining hope and immediately gets snatched the fuck away. He finds purpose in this, but damn. This is something that I was like, oh, you're doing this. and immediately, just on chapter 1, it caught my attention. And this chapter
does
has
this man get like John Wick or something? Like, does someone like kill his dog that his dead brother gave him, and now it's like, damn.
worse. It's a kin,
Worse?
but worse. It's a kin, but worse.
Damn.
So give it a shot. You most definitely read this, because there's only 31 chapters on this, and if one chapter can hook me, that's fucking saying something. I don't want to say anything else because of what happens in this, but it has some like Berserk elements and other things, and it's like, damn. I guess that's all I can say. It's good. It's a really good story so far from what I'm enjoying. I've read 10 chapters out of it, and so far everything has just been great. Characters are fantastic too, and Aaron would enjoy one of them very much because she is a buff woman.
Let's go. We love both mommies. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we live for. Let's
Yes.
go. Okay.
So yes, Centurion.
All right, Centurion sounds cool. All right, Pele, it is on to you now, sir.
All right. Me. um. Uh, honestly, my few past weeks have been kind of a bit of a blur for the most part.
I mean, it's fair.
Work, bills, car repair. The fucking car repair really irked me. The car insurance really irked me. Uh, what else was there? No, just nothing too much outside. Just going through my. I've kind of to keep my mind numb. I've kind of delved into a habit of playing a lot of post-dad games. Essentially, what I mean by post-dad games, essentially games that involve work, but in a fictional setting.
Okay.
So
More
I've
similar
gone
games
into. I leaned heavily hard into the Hard Space Shipbreaker, which is a game where you're a salvager breaking down starships. Essentially, it's engaging, it's fun, and it's just work. But like, it's unique because I can tear starships apart and make money off of it, especially against a corporation that doesn't give a fucking shit about me. I know that sounds. I know that sounds personal, but no, I don't. As much as I don't like my job, I don't think they're that evil. Power Wash Simulator, Stardew Valley, which is more cozy. V Rising, which I typically stray away from survival crafting games. I like the aesthetic of this one, even though it has all the same ups and downs of survival crafting games, like type of stuff. Yeah, but it's I think it's engaging enough to make it intriguing. Though the combat is very it's very Diablo-esque, if that makes sense. More Silent Hill 2. If you watch the streams on Paper Play Ash on Twitch, we do that regularly. Jones just finished his end. Well, I'll just say this. So, Monty, you know his bad reputation of constantly killing cast members, right?
Yes.
It
Oh,
continues.
please don't tell me. Oh, God.
So he got that ending. Based off what I've read up so far, I'm either split to getting either the Leave ending or the Maria ending. But we'll see how that goes once I actually get to the ending of the game. Beyond that, still trying to get through other games. Played a bit of web fishing. That was pretty chill.
Yeah, I've been playing that recently, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Oh yeah, and watching Arcane. That's been really cool as well. Finishing off Andor before season 2 drops in April. And also with Zach, I've been also watching Beast Wars or Transformers. That was also been kind of fun.
Hey.
So much 90s cheese and janky animation. It's so enjoyable and silly.
Sounds like it's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun time, yeah, especially if you just kind of turn your brain off a little bit, but and the jankiness that doesn't bother you too much.
It's fair.
But yeah, beyond that, nothing too much. I'm just trying to get through some games. I still need to get through the Half-Life series, especially with Half-Life 2 just gotten a massive update from Valve, which is surprising.
Yeah,
And
no,
a
I didn't
documentary,
expect that
especially
at
with
all.
especially the documentary. They talk about the canceled project Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Like, fuck, that would have been interesting. I still need to get through Cyberpunk Baldur's Gate. Fuck. I also want to start playing Stray Gods because I've been waiting for that game for fucking years. Want to get into that and eventually go through Yakuza, which is going to be one hell of an daunting task.
Did you get to the Lighthouse
also-
yet, actually? The Lighthouse for Alan Wake.
Oh, no, I haven't played the Alan Wake DLC yet. I need to do that still.
That's another one.
I can stream it too since I have that on PlayStation.
Hey, but
But let's do Silent Hill first because I need to focus on that. Then we'll do the Lighthouse DLC for Alan Wake. I want Jones to go through it because I still love that one section of the game where it's just the musical and it's like, this is lit. That was my favorite moment of the game.
that'll probably
be a
DMC nightmare, though.
Huh?
That'll probably be a DMCA nightmare, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the song is so awesome. A few other games I have listed for horror stuff as well. Amani, if you want me to say that, if you want me to have my skin crawl, I still have Still Wakes the Deep, but I'm dreading playing that fucking game. Oh, Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I haven't really done too much outside of just catching up some comics. Been reading the absolute DC stuff, Ultimate Marvel stuff. Can't wait for the Wolverine stuff. Trying to get through the Nightwing. Uh, uh, what's the run that was really cool? I forget it. Give me a second. Nightwing run. That was head of Tom Taylor's run. That's right. Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing is pretty dope. Also reading H.P. Lovecraft's comic, the Call of Cthulhu into comic form, Radiant Black, Void Rivals, Transformers, and so on. Oh, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Apparently, they're also doing a Borderlands comic.
Yeah, nah, I heard about that one. Now it threw me off, and I was just gonna see what happens. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
maybe it's
I
good.
mean, hey, that's. I mean, they have to make Recovery one way because the movie fucking sucked.
That was the dumb idea.
No, it was definitely dumb, especially since it's. Oh my god. Also, Amani, I was gonna ask you about. Oh yeah, no, one show I did watch. Two shows I watched to completion because I already talked about Agatha all along. Not for me, but I can definitely see people enjoy it. I really enjoyed The Penguin. I think The Penguin is up there as one of my favorite shows of the year so far because like that was phenomenal, especially since like the. You ever had that feeling where the character is so compelling, but also like, God fucking damn it, I wish you fucking died type of deal?
Yeah, I heard a lot of people getting that feeling for Penguin, only for me to be like, yo, did y'all forget he was the bad guy?
Oh no, it's like you want to root for him, but everything he's done, like, you god fucking piece of shit, god damn it. I'm like, man, but it's such a great performance across the board because with Christine Milioti as Sophia Falcone, Colin Farrell killing it as the Penguin. Oh man, that show is fucking good. Which makes me excited for either season 2 if they ever get around to doing that, or whenever do the Batman 2. Honestly,
That'd be fun.
like I'm just so excited. Also, Monty, you're gonna probably be mad about this. Apparently, there's been rumor talks about Joker getting his own show.
Fuck off, bro. God, they didn't learn with the second Joker movie.
Well, this is a different Joker. Hasn't really established himself quite yet, so.
We're gonna be in the exact same position again.
Oh no, for sure. I can definitely understand that, but like that's a lot riding on this type of character, and I like Billy Corgan as the actor involved with it, but I just don't know if there's enough meat there or writing potential that could be good. But hey, as long as I have decent writers and actually can make this compelling, I'm down for it. Because that's the one thing I like so far about this whole new Batman stuff is the writing has been killer.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It really has.
Yeah, but so far, yes, it's just indeed pretty good writing. I'm also looked up a bit too much on the mouth washing, Amani. I recommend you or Jones play that without me,
I'm mad
or
that
I'll
you
watch
went and
it.
looked up more, despite me being specifically like, "Hey,
I got too curious.
do
I
not
got too
look
curious.
up more about this. We are going."
I
to
got
look
too
into
curious.
it."
That's why I recommend you guys play it then.
I don't like you.
I won't. I'll join you. I won't say shit, but I'll join you.
Yeah, that's fair, but I don't like you.
I got too curious. My bad. Especially since like it's now considered like possibly a best indie darling of the year.
I was like, "Hey, we might be doing this. Don't look up anything about it." Immediately looks up more about it.
I already knew a bit about it,
Look,
but like I got too
I
curious.
asked to
got
see
too
if you
curious.
knew about it. Once you said
Yeah.
that you knew about it, I was like, all right, don't
I
look
knew
up
of
any
it,
more
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I knew of it.
Have my job, bro.
I mean, I got too curious, especially since I couldn't pay the game at the moment, mainly because I still broke as fuck. But yeah, no, it's excited to see at least you guys experience it for sure because I think you'll quite enjoy it. But beyond that, that's been my experience so far in the week. I still just getting through life essentially.
Aren't we all? All right. And I think with that, we will call it there. As always, guys, thank you for joining me on this wonderful adventure that we call a podcast. This one will be going up soon, along with a bunch of other stuff that's also supposed to be going up, so that's going to be fun. So let's hit the breakdown, I guess. Even though chances are you guys have probably heard this about 5 to 6 different times already by the time you get to this one, for sure, and then even more than that. But
Break it down.
here we go again. So, hey, if you want to send in questions to us for us to answer, you can send it to paperplayaction@gmail.com. That is paperplayaction@gmail.com. You would love to answer those questions. It'd be fun. On top of that, hey, if you want to follow us and get updates on stuff like where the podcast has been and what's been happening with that, or when streams go up, because we definitely do announce those, you should follow us on X and Threads and probably Blue Skies in a second. And that is going to be at paper_action on all of those. That's paper_action.
Yeah, Amani, I just want to bring this up. Apparently, the algorithm for X are two things. So if you want to get most people to see about our X activity or Twitter activity, we need to be more Republican and we need to be pretend Elon Musk.
Hilarious. It's fine. We're on two other ones. On two other ones. It's fine.
But that's the algorithm. Apparently, Twitter really likes that shit. So, like, I'm not surprised, but, like, we'll lean heavy right if need be.
I mean, if it's necessary, I can do my Trump impression. And
we could just not.
I mean, we could just have him pop up for like a second, just hey guys, how you doing?
I'll work on my Alex Jones. Don't worry.
This is paper play action.
More than anything else, we appreciate that last line was a little too good.
I'm sorry. What can I say? I'm just sitting here at the White House enjoying my cocktail. I'm gonna shut up.
I appreciate you guys and everything that you guys do for us in general. If you want to support, you can either hit up our Koji in the description below, or you can go to our Patreon. Our Patreon is $1. You guys got $1, right? So yeah, you just subscribe for a little bit or whatever. It's $1. That's the lowest tier one, so you can just throw that in there. It's really not a lot, but it goes a long way and it helps us. It deadass just supports us and it's kind of fun.
I might be able to get a chair.
For real, you can help Leon not have a squeaky chair. If each of you that watch the show donate $1, we can get him a nice non-squeaky chair at the very least.
At the very least.
At the very least.
If you can donate more, maybe I can get more hard drive space.
That too.
And any rich Mr. Beast any rich people who watch this podcast and have Mr. Beast like money, I would like a new car.
Honestly, forget the car. If someone is watching this and has like light bending money or Mr. Beast type money, you can actually just sponsor a lot of stuff with that one. That one can kick off a lot of things. We can actually just get editors. We can just have an editor. It won't have to be me. Things can come out on an actual regular schedule for sure.
We'll have 3 editors in training if we ever get around to doing it. Amani, you don't need me to. You don't need to wait for me. Just my days off. Come on.
Look, that's fair. Just look. We gotta get them out of training first. Until that happens, I have a backlog that needs to be done. And by the time you're hearing this, that means that the backlog is done. So, but that being said, that's basically what's got to happen there. Is that, we're gonna get everybody up and running. Hopefully, there's a couple of things that could be up and running. Honestly, if we had extra money, and that's not a hey guys, you should give us money one. That's a hey, you who could be our sponsor. You know who you are, that guy or female. Whoever, not whatever. Whoever you are, you know who you are.
Do you know who you are?
You could get us there. We can actually do a lot of things with that kind of money too. Like just in general, we could set up a nice little office space, things like that. Really nice. Get everything all nice and set up for everybody.
Be like the mafia.
We can get a nice table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be clean.
Yeah.
We can all be in bathrobes like me.
No, I mean,
I
nothing's
do
stopping
bathroom-
us from having the bathrobes there. It's just weird.
Just individually.
Bathrobes are
lined up.
nice. They're really nice.
We'll just come into the office space and then have the bathrobes, and then it'd be yeah. But yeah, nah, that's the proposal for like the light bending, dude. Because then we can get like we can actually just have the shop be opened all the time for like our hoodies and stuff like that. That'd be nice. It'd be really cool. Which hopefully those start selling soon again because we can start selling those again. That being said. Yeah, nah, we can do the thing. We can leave now. So you guys did a great job. Thank you. Spread the love. That's the number one thing to do because I've been trying to get to that one specifically, and I almost forgot it. But that's the signature one. Talk to your friends. Let them know about the podcast. Talk to anyone you feel like talking about. If you feel like talking to a dude on the train about this podcast that you like and shine, you should do that because why not spread the love? Talk to many people who possible
Just
about the
get
things
right
that
in
you
their
like.
face, like, hey, you know this podcast that I like to listen to sometimes. Listen to
Always
it.
be, always be the best you could possibly be. Enjoy yourself. Have fun with life. Do not let the terrible things bog you down. It will always
not.
get better. Don't worry. And with that, this podcast is over. Until next time,
Farewell. Be safe.
take it easy. We're
ya.
on.
Bye.